Is in the mirror, but of course I have seen this in other publications as well, so this is a serious situation which looks like it's going to have some credence to it, and that is that the Mercedes top dogs, the bosses up at Mercedes headquarters, have considered a drastic move in order to secure some kind of success for Mercedes. And obviously we know the trouble that Mercedes Works team have had last season and the less than ideal start they had this season. And we also know, of course, that Fernando Alonso ended up on the podium in Bahrain with the Aston Martin absolutely flying, so they've hit the ground running, whereas Mercedes are still struggling. And the top bosses at Mercedes have now come to a decision. Well, this is apparently according to reports. They have told Mercedes Works team that if they told the Mercedes HQ that if improvements aren't made to the season over the next 2 races, so if there's no improvement from Mercedes over the next 2 races, they will then send their best engines to Aston Martin instead of the Mercedes Works team. Now, of course, this will have all kinds of ramifications for the Mercedes Works team, and of course will mean that Aston Martin will be getting the best of the best from Mercedes. So it's a big decision by the Mercedes HQ, and I'm sure that it's one that Toto Wolff will be having a conversation about himself. If he hasn't agreed to it already, I'm sure that he's going to have something to say about it. And of course it also leads to what happens now to Lewis Hamilton, because he obviously is in the middle of contract negotiations. If it turns out after the next 2 races they aren't competitive, and he decides, and Mercedes decide they are going to send their best engines to Aston Martin, where will that leave Lewis Hamilton? He won't be in a car with the best engine, and he may consider his future is somewhere else other than Mercedes. So there's lots of ramifications to this if this is the case, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this. If you are a Mercedes fan, then this is obviously bad news for Mercedes, but good news for Aston Martin potentially. So let me know your thoughts, whatever team you support. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, and also don't forget to subscribe for more Formula 1 news.